I want to talk to you about the return of common sense, because I've hit a breaking point today. You ever thought I had hit a breaking point before? No. I've hit my breaking point today. I want to talk to you about the New York City Marathon being run today. The New York City Marathon is being run in Manhattan this weekend. Now, if you've never been to New York, or you've not lived in New York, you don't know what it takes to run, for instance, the Macy's Day Parade. The Macy's Day Parade, they take down light poles. The cost of doing anything in New York is astounding. To do the New York City Marathon, you have to have city trucks and city workers out putting barricades on all of the streets. And they start doing that days in advance.
Is it 20,000 people, 30,000 people? How many people run the New York City Marathon? I mean, it's tens of thousands.
So they put up signs and tents, and they have generators, and they have clocks, and they have food stations, food trucks, water trucks. It is enormous. There is nothing. I love New York City because of the audacity of New York City. Now, it has lost that audacity because Bloomberg says, hey, everybody, you can't drink 16-ounce sodas. Really? Tell that to the guy who shoved a needle up out of the top of the Chrysler Building to win a contest. Tell that to the people who built the Empire State Building. Listen to this. How long has it taken us to build the Freedom Tower? It's still not done. It's been 11 years. We built the Empire State Building in the Great Depression in 11 months. 11 months. It can't be done. The steel was so hot coming from the mills in Pennsylvania. It was still so hot, so warm. They would put it on the train as it was still cooling. It would be trained all the way to New Jersey, to the river. It would get onto a boat. They would take it from the boat, put it onto another truck, and lift it in the air. And the guys who worked on the Empire State Building said, as they sat on those iron pieces, and they hammered the rivets into them, the metal was still warm from the forge. Don't tell Americans they can't do it. I love New York because of its audacity, its ability to dream and to do. But it is losing that because it is unpegged from common sense. You can't get your arms around anything in New York unless you've really lived there for a while and you've seen and you've been an observer. I've watched the New York City Marathon, but I've watched the infrastructure go up. It is amazing what it takes. Amazing. They are running the New York City Marathon this weekend. You have people in Staten Island who are crying out for food. You have the mayor saying we have to put cops on all of the bridges and all of the tunnels for checkpoints because everybody who comes in has to have 3 people in their car or they can't come in. So he's putting checkpoints at all of the bridges and tunnels because traffic is so bad because of the hurricane, and yet he's blocking the streets this weekend to run the New York City Marathon as they are crying out for food in Staten Island and one of the other boroughs. How about just right outside? You can see it from Lower Manhattan. I could see Coney Island from my apartment in New York. They are crying out for food and water and electricity and safety. There are roving packs. They've already called them wolf packs. As they are going through and trying just to survive, this mayor of New York, this progressive nightmare who thinks he knows better on how many ounces of soda you should have, has decided to run the New York City Marathon. So people who have hotel rooms right now and don't have a house to go to are being kicked out of their hotel room because somebody's coming in to run the race. Now, I don't care if you've already come into the city, or if you've already made plans, you've got the tickets and everything else. But what do you say, Mayor Bloomberg? What do you say you have those people grab the water from the tables that you're setting up, and you have those runners who are the best in all the world run up 70 flights of stairs to the elderly people that live up at the top who cannot take an elevator down and may not have water? Has anybody checked on them? No, because you live in New York and you don't know your neighbors. America, you've got to be wide awake. Wide awake. This is your clarion call. I did not know. I couldn't figure out how Sandy was going to be working into divine providence. I'm like, Lord, what are you doing? I don't know if I've told this story yet, but when I threw my back out, my back has been really bad this week. And I threw my back out as I'm getting ready for church on Sunday. And I'm getting ready for church, and this, honest to God, this is exactly what happened. I'm arguing with God. And I'm in my bathroom putting on my tie, and I bend over to put my socks on. And as I'm putting my tie on, I'm like, I don't understand you, Lord, because this is the kind of conversations I have with him. I don't understand you. And I don't expect to understand you. I know I'm a man. And you're God. I got it. And I trust you. But I don't understand it. I would just throw up a flare. Help me out, because I don't get it. How is this going to work out in divine providence? This could throw everything upside down. I don't understand it. And as I said that, my back went out. And then I was laying down on the floor going, God, okay, now there's two things I don't understand. I couldn't understand it. I do now. Let Sandy and Benghazi be a wake-up call. You have damn near been fundamentally transformed. This is your last call, America. This is it. You don't think it makes a difference? It does make a difference. It does. There is no difference between what the way the president is handling Sandy as to how the president handled Benghazi. He went out and campaigned. He did his little show, and he went out and campaigned. Benghazi, he left Americans to die. He left Bloomberg to run the New York City Marathon.